Your field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a best of 3 featuring Free and Hyuk here. Top right, it is our yellow Protoss. It is Free, and in the bottom left, it's our dude Hyuk. He is our brown Zerg. I did forget to mention for the previous best of 3, these were sponsored by RJB. So yeah, RJB is the reason these best of 3s were played. Excellent. Excellent indeed. Terror the Overlord scouting out. That is correct, Terry the Overlord. That's what we're looking at here. Looking excellent as always. Camouflaging into the brown background today, Terry. Well done. Nobody will be sure to spot you at all, especially not those mean Dragoons and the Corsairs that want you dead. That want you incredibly dead. Alright, anyway, what are we looking at here today? Not much. Free. Probably just going to go for a gateway expand. I'm going to put money on a gate expand. Yeah, gate expand here. From our guy, Free. Let's be a little bit aggressive against the Zerg player. Also, pretty good at defense. Not too bad either. When compared to a Forge expand, which, you know, he could have also gone for. No problemo. But, probe scout in top left. Did I mention this is... Oh, shoot. Is this Polypoid? Yeah. This is Polypoid. We're back. We're back on this giant 4-player map. Zerg player goes for the hatch first play against the gate first play. Not ideal. Not crazy ideal here from Free, but we'll see how it works out for him in the long run. Immediate zealot production. Let's go. Let's send those zealots across. The probe sees the Overlord and says, okay, you're probably... No, you have to be down here. Like, there's no way you're not down here. Drone comes out to get some shots off on that probe a little bit. Maybe do some scouting of his own, see what's going on. Probe comes in, says, I'm going to be here for a while because killing me is super hard because my shields regen. And I'll zap, you know, give you a little zap as you're trying to work here too, drone. How do you like that? Not a lot, says our guy, the drone. Oh, he's playing the mineral game too. So if there's something actively mining a mineral patch, then, right, another worker won't get onto it. We see this mostly in StarCraft 2, but apparently it's bleeding over into Brood War as well. Interesting. Really interesting stuff. Ah, but you lose the game if you get a mouthful of minerals as the probe, because you can't do that anymore. So, kind of messed it up there, Free did a little bit. But hey, Zealot, checking to see if there's a third base he can murder. I guess that's what this is. No, huh? Cool. Let's go down to the natural base. Let's see if the Zerg player is going to make enough lings to deal with 2 Zealots, which Overlord scouted. Oh, it is a third hatch, but it's right here. Okay, cool. So Zealot 1 and Zealot 2 says, let's meet. Let's have a killing a hatchery date. Zealot says, I thought you'd never ask. How romantic. And the hatch is going good. I mean, it's gonna die? Question mark. Here comes some lings to try to save it. But no, 4 lings are not gonna save this thing. 4 lings against 2 Zealots? Don't make me laugh. There is 2 more sets of lings on the way. This is down to 2. I think the Zealots might just focus on their... No, they'll kill these lings, no problem, if they want to get in. They want to engage early. Sure, the Zealots are like, we'll kill ya. Another Zealot joins the party. That's huge. That's so good. That is so good. Hatch taking server. It's going to finish, but it's really weak. Ooh, 1 Zealot dies, but all the lings are dead. Okay, so the hatch finishes, but now it's not coming up, so that hits hurt more. And bam, third base down. Free. Killer Zealot pressure on that third base. Knew what Hyuk was going for. Shut him down hard. These lings want to fight. I mean, they don't. They wanted to kill that probe. One of them died for it. Whatever. Don't know why they attacked those eggs. This is the Bisu style, man. This is Bisu, like... I'm just going to keep sending Zealots at you until you die. I've died to this before. It's not a good feeling. I can tell you that much. A Protoss who knows what they're doing to the point where they can send Zealots at you constantly and be teching up to like tier 3 stuff while you're just like, how many lings do I need? Do I make Sunkens? And then you're just losing stuff constantly. You're staying alive. But then, you know, there's Storm and there's Archons and there's like Speedlots now. And you're just like, okay, well, I am on Ling Tech, so that's cool. Yeah, so Zealot dies, scouts the lack of a lair. Sees no gas coming in either. So yeah, third base getting replanted. Really wants that drone count. It's 29 to 12 workers. Like, this is the problem. This is why this kind of pressure is so good as Protoss, because you don't have to choose between making army units and making workers. So all you got to do is keep making probes, make zealots when you can, send them across, and you're going to have a huge worker lead on your Zerg opponent, especially because the Zerg player, yeah, probably overmade Lings here. Honestly, maybe expecting more pressure at the third, but that's not happening. Dude, Stargate's on the way. There's no gas still. How are you gonna... You have to have gas to deal with Corsairs, man. The Corsairs are happening. Hyuk says, maybe if I bust it through. Maybe if I bust right on through here. Citadel of a Dune, too. Like, Corsair DT. Oh, you're taking gas now. Hooray! Hyuk's decided gas is important. I mean, sure. He just decided that workers are more important than gas for a minute there. I get it. I get it. You got a macro hatch coming up at the front. He's, you know, putting a Hydralisk den next to it. So, Hydra's faster. A faster answer to Scourge. Faster answer to Scourge. Faster answer to Corsairs than Scourge are. Obviously. Yeah, he sees the link count and says, another cannon probably wouldn't hurt. Yeah, gate, Corsair out, but Hydralisks are on the way, so he's good. Hyuk's good. I was freaking out for nothing. That happens sometimes. Overlords clustering themselves over where the Hydralisks will pop and hang out. 2 Hydras should be enough to hold this one Corsair without really much of an issue. Even 1 Hydra, honestly, will kill this Corsair faster than the Corsair can kill an Overlord. Although if there's Splash, I don't know. Corsair goes for a scout, sees no lair, sees no evolution chambers. Right? This is good information to get. Macro hatch here at the third base, too. You know, I'm a sucker for a good macro hatch. I feel like the number of games where Zerg players get a macro hatch and they win is higher than when they lose. It's probably not a huge difference, but, you know, Templar Archives here, too, just in case it's a Hydra bust. Or, you know, getting Storm, even if it's not a Hydra bust, is never a bad thing. No Protoss player in the history of PvZ has ever been like, oh, why did I get Storm? That was a waste of resources. Hilariously. DT on the way. Neat. Zealot Legs is almost done. More Zealots being produced. This is looking a little bit dicey for Hyuk here. He's at 28 workers. I'd say the army value for the Protoss is bigger, and his worker count is bigger, which that's never exactly what you want to see. Sunkens are going to be a big deal here. Lurkers would be a huge deal too, but we are a little bit too far away from that to be doing any good. Zealots have speed now, and they're working on +1 timing is almost done too. Sick. All right, so the Sim City is good. Ooh, and there's a Sunken, gets a free shot off. Always nice. Always nice. So you come clear the Overlord off, bring the DT into the third base, and then you kill it. I don't know. Free's pulling back a little bit here. Hyuk did a good job. That was a scary position to be in. But if the Protoss got a third base behind it and continues to have a worker lead on you, maybe it's not as ideal. But still, I don't know. I think Hyuk was probably worried about getting attacked there, but he was able to shove it away with the Sunken, with the Hydra. Ooh, it's a free Corsair. A little bit sloppy there from Free. Interesting. DT just out of range of detection of this Overlord and this Overlord. Says, yes, I live out here now. Once the Overlords have speed, my days will be over. But yeah, Free's got a third base. Excellent. Tossing up additional gateways here. Working on Dragoon range. So we're not going to go a lot of Corsairs. We're going to move into Dragoons. So honestly, a Spire with a Mutalisk tech switch would be interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a Zerg player do that. If they open Spire, sure, they'll make Mutas against someone that doesn't have any Corsairs. But if they went Hydroden and they don't have a Spire, they don't usually make one. I mean, he doesn't have a lair yet, so we can't judge him and say he doesn't have a Spire because he can't make one yet. But honestly, Spire would be kind of sick here. But Lurker Aspect's on the way as soon as the lair finishes. Oh, no, he canceled Lurker Aspect. And he did go for a Spire. Hey! All right. Hyuk says, I'm not seeing any more Corsairs. Probably not making them. Corsairs are the only reason that Mutas are not great in this matchup. Let's do some basic math here. Does 1 + 1 equal 1 indeed? Très bien. All right, this should pile on. Just more and more gateways. Production's happening. 3 basing Protoss says I need 9 gateways. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do it. Observatory on the way because lurker tech is a concern. Millions of Hydras here, but you know, we saw, who do we see do this recently? Queen. Millions of Hydras, but a Muta hit squad that picked off these High Templar, and then the Hydras are like, let's go. We are so much happier with our lives when that happens. Free setting up for a third base, or fourth base rather, sorry, over here at the 3 o'clock. Reason I said third base, because it's at the 3 o'clock. This DT is dead, but he doesn't know it yet. No, he did know it yet, and he's actively running away from his own death. Smart. Smart DT here. Well done, sir. Yeah, 7 mutas on the way. Okay. All right. Corsair count, nil. Or null. Or however you want to track the Corsair count. Dragoons are out. Mutas are not incredible fighters against Dragoons. But swinging around, picking off High Templar, they're pretty nice. These mutas are popping. They're popping. The Hydra, okay, getting a surround here. Left side or right side. Actually, that's a Ling run by. Could have set up for a surround, but instead decides to try and bust over here with their no upgrades against, you know, +1/+1 Zealots with speed. So good luck with that, guys. Fourth base trying to get constructed here by Hyuk over at the 9 o'clock. I don't know. Yeah, so all these Lings are dead. This base is probably dead. Dude, there's nothing at this ramp. That's what's killer here, is that that ramp sucks for Protoss to get up to, and Hyuk was just like, you can have it, man. It's yours, buddy. Why don't you make me cancel my fourth base? Sweet. And kill the drone. Awesome. Now you have high ground positioning, and the Hydras are like, all right, we're out. Bye. This is really bad. This is really bad for Hyuk. But the mutas getting High Templar down. Okay. Okay. Did they get the other one? I'm assuming that they did. God, they took some storm, though, didn't they? Didn't they? So, yeah. Yeah, okay. So 2 High Templar are dead there. Even possibly 3. That was huge. More High Templar are coming out, but you don't come out of the gateway with enough energy for a storm, and he doesn't have enough right there either. This guy does. He's got 200 energy, so he's pretty scary, but all right. Oh, this guy too. Had 2 storms and got 6 kills with it. And he's dead, but hey, he paid for himself. He's killing 6 Hydras. Awesome. More High Templar snipes. Killer stuff here from Hyuk. He is really making a bid to stay in this game, despite getting his 4th base canceled, despite the Protoss being on 4 bases. Sniping High Templar is the one thing that he could do to really bring himself back into this thing. Trying to replace the High Templar by making more of them. This guy's got enough for 1 storm. Hydra count, heavy. Zealot count with legs and +1 attack, heavy too. By that I mean, yeah, +1 attack and plus armor. Didn't get that +2 started very soon, did he? New 4th base location attempted down here to the south. All right, Hydra's engaging. Nice concave here from Free, though. Even without storm, you know, you have enough Zealots with attack upgrades and legs. The Hydras are going to have a bad time, but man, that went way better for Hyuk than if, you know, there had been some High Templar in this group. It's still not going crazy good. All the Zealots are dead, but a lot of Hydra corpses on the ground here too. So it's 159 to 103 supply. Free is up. This 12 o'clock base getting taken. I still think Free has a good handle on this game. Muta's trying to find more High Templar. Getting another one. Sick. Oh, killing some probes here and there. Not trying to get cannon shots in your face. Killing this probe is super cool too. By that I mean letting it live, because you're trying to kill cannons instead is nice. Yeah, alright. Killing cannons that are warping in. Good use of Mutalisk time. I like it. Oh, that's a dead High Templar, though. Dodging storms. Got him. Alright, so how many Templar have been sniped here? Like 10? Feels like a lot, but 61 to 41 workers for Free. 178 to 114 supply is never a number that a Zerg player wants to see at this stage of the game. Sure, it's a lot of Hydras. They're very good. They're very good bang for their buck. for the one supply that they generate here. And with all the High Templar gone, the Hydras have a better chance of defeating this army. Normally, there'd be High Templar here, and you need Plague. You would need Plague to defeat this army as Zerg, but you know, if the High Templar are gone, it really changes the equation here for sure. This Hydra getting dragged into cannon range and dying. Smart probe there. Really good stuff. So I don't know. Third extractor getting taken here by Hyuk. This is a huge engagement, though. Mutas are, I don't know, trying to fight Dragoons, I guess. So High Templar, okay, so the Mutas are all dead. There's one High Templar in Free's army coming in to join the party. A beautiful storm here would change everything. Look at this. This micro by Hyuk is crazy. There's your storm. That's it. That's the one storm available during this battle. Oh, more. Storm there, storm there, storm there, storm there. 4 more storms coming in. We see them. We see them. The Zealots have their +2 attack and +1 armor now. And the Hydras are only at +2 attack. No armor upgrades at all. There's one on the way. But yeah, 167 and 95 supply. Hyuk has done his best here. But there's too much storm. The High Templar die, but then more get produced all the time. God, that was insane. Okay, all right. That's what the Protoss player has been trying to do all day today, is just murder 6 Hydras at a time with Psionic Storm. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Trying to add some Lings into the composition now is Hyuk, but he sees too many Zealots coming in, and GG's out. Game 1 goes to Free. Look at this macro, too. Just casually on, 5 bases, 6 base on the way at 16 minutes. Good luck with that. Yes, you killed my High Templar, but I could easily afford to replace them. Silly Zerg player. And yeah, it was great micro control on the Mutas there. Fantastic. Killed so many High Templar, but they just kept coming. They never stopped. They never stopped coming. There's a High Templar in production right now. And yeah, they don't come out with enough energy for a storm, but by the time they make the journey across the map like this, they've got enough energy for a storm. So 1 storm, per High Templar is pretty much all you need. 2 is a luxury, and 3 is just, 3 is life-changing amounts of storm, right? Right, so good game there. Free takes game number 1. I loved the Mutatech switch, but the Protoss player was able to just get more bases up. And at some point, you just need Plague. That's it. If there's this many Zealots running around, you need to Plague this army, and then you can do a lot better against it as the Zerg player. But we weren't even, I don't think Hypetech had been researched. So you're dealing with Tier 3 Protoss and Tier 2 Zerg, and that's not going to work out most of the time. 125,000 points there from Free. Hyuk, 85,000. Kill death ratio of better than a 2-to-1. Not by a whole ton there for the Protoss, but still. Not bad, considering there's a lot of Hydras he was killing. And then outspending the Zerg player by a full 8,000 resources in 16 minutes is block. Not going to win a lot of games when the number looks like that. So, game 1 does go to the Protoss. And let's see how game 2 goes. Can the Zerg player tie this thing up and go to a game 3, or is Free going to put him in his place in 2-0 Hyuk and say, that's right, I am the superior player today? I don't know. Stick with it. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's see game numero 2. Game 2 of the best of 3 today is going to be on Eclipse. Top right, it is our Zerg player, Hyuk. And in the bottom left, it is Free. He is our Protoss player. All right, man. So both players chose a different shade of blue today, which, I don't know, I feel like shouldn't be allowed. But hey, what do I know? I have no authority. It's Eclipse. It's a 2-player map, so Terry the Overlord knows where to go. That's right, Terry. It is a good day for scouting the enemy. Right past the storefront windows. Civilians are all cleared out because they have been told there's going to be a Zerg versus Protoss battle here today. Intelligence is good. Especially during wartime. All right, man. So, what's on your mind here, Free? You can play a little bit looser when you're up in a best of. But not too loose, because that's a good way to get tied up. Anyway, what's going on today? Check out Falcon Paladin.store. It is a place you can go to get hoodies and t-shirts and hats and mugs and even winter hats, which is awesome because it's snowing where I am right now. If you're in the southern hemisphere, pick up a t-shirt. We've got a couple new t-shirts on the store as of just a few days ago. Check that out, falconpaladin.store, for all of your merchant needs. Good stuff. Anyway, Zerg player says, man, is everyone just hatch firsting today? Yeah, everyone's just going to go hatch first today. Nobody's thinking about overpooling. Nobody's thinking about early pooling. Nah, man, not at all. We got to fight to the death down here. Probe's going to win that one. Probe's a little zapper. Plus, its health comes back so quickly, so much faster than the drones does. Why are you bothered? Why? Just leave the probe alone. And maybe he doesn't want to get cannon rushed. Like, he's worried that this probe... Oh, this is maybe a cannon rush fake out, right? He's like, no, do you have a forge back home? I don't know what you have, but we've done a good enough job shutting you down. However, there's a zealot on the way. Remember how there was zealot pressure in game 1? Yeah, I remember. It was pretty good. It killed the third base of the Zerg player. Right nice, didn't it? Right nice. So that's probably what the drones were worried about, was cannoning. Anyway, Overlord, good job, Terry. You have scouted the presence of a zealot coming across the map to try to kill your master and his stuff. Spawning pool is not quite done yet. So the drone is trying to delay a little bit here. Boom, boom, chick, boom, boom, chick. Right, so Gateway expand here from free, nothing crazy to speak of whatsoever. Drone, oh, okay, well there's no lings out yet, so this guy is just gonna try to kill as much as he can, and the answer is 1. 2 drones, hang on, takes so many hits before he dies, it's crazy. Oh, he's over making lings, no. Why are you making so many, I guess he's expecting, why would you expect more zealots though? You know, this guy's coming home. Well, he's dead, and I don't know. Are we going to try to ling bust this thing? This certainly is a lot of Zerglings out. Probably more than you needed to deal with, you know, the one zealot that made it over to your base. So, ooh, these lings get inside the house. Okay. This is getting dicey for the Protoss all of a sudden. You don't want lings inside your main. Even if they're not Jaedong lings, they're still scary. Ling. Okay. Forge is done. Cannon probably should start, I would say, now. Like, right. Oh, the probe takes some hits. Still alive, but the probe's gonna die now. Oh, get inside the house! No! Oh, they got in. Okay, they got in anyway, but there's 4 zealots fighting here. Kill the cannons. Kill the probe. Nice. Killed the probe. Dude, 4 zealots is a lot of zealots. Oh, we're gonna kill all these lings. Very nicely done. You should not be dying to zealots in this situation. You are faster than the zealots. If you have to stop and kill something, sure. Reasonable. This cannon's going to come up, and there's no more lings on the way, and there's a macro hatch here anyway. So I think just drones for the time being here from Hyuk. Oh, he's making more lings. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, those probes fought back, and one of them got a ling kill. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. Well, the lings are still running around, but, like, I don't know. 1 zealot is more than enough to handle 3 zerglings. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. And then zealots on the counterattack. So that's why he made zerglings. I don't know. A sunken... It would cost a drone. I understand this. Oh, now there's 4. Okay. So this is extremely bad. Good positioning here, though. Okay, that zealot goes down pretty quick. Right quick indeed. They're not interested in, you know, getting behind the mineral line, which is a lot of the time. There you go. This guy got back there. He's doing great. He's got a kill. And he got 2 kills. And then he got evaporated. So fine. Fine. Zerg player handled that. It was a bit of a panic situation, but the drones fought. Oh, wow. Once again, he's got a billion lings, and he's like, what do I do with these? Well, I try to bust the front of the Protoss, I suppose, Hyuk says. Not feeling, you know, great about it. Stargate's on the way, so I mean a lot of tech is being produced instead of zealots right now. That said, one just popped out and another one's on the way. So 3 zealots holding the line. There's a cannon back there to assist them too. But there are two groups, man. Two groups of 12? Almost. Just about two groups of 12 here. So they're going to go for it, I guess. 8 more sets of lings on the way. You're letting this second cannon come up, sir. Are you worried you're not going to bust through with, 24 lings? Fair. I get it. I get why you feel that way, because it's really hard to break down a hard wall like this. With zealot support and cannons behind. This is me. This is me on the Brood War ladder. I'm like, you know what's a good unit? Lings. An awesome, awesome unit. The positioning here for the zealots. They cannot let the lings pour through. But, okay, took down the gateway. More and more lings busting through here, but the cannons are doing good work. The zealots are keeping them away from it. The propul is really killer important here, too, and I think that's it. The Zerg player is out of lings. GG! And Free wins the series 2-0. He is the ultimate champion of this best of 3, and he finally leaves the game as well. Nicely done. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what happens, I would say, 7 out of 8 times when a Zerg player attempts this ling bust of a Protoss or of a Terran, right? Who has a serious wall up with some long-range defense behind it. And that was like 24 or 30 lings or so. And sure, right? A bunch of zealots died, like 4 zealots probably died there. And some probes probably got killed too, but these cannons racked up huge kill counts. They each got 4 kills each, and they're alive. So that's 8 lings taken care of right there. And sure, the gateway died, but another cannon came up to make sure the lings couldn't run by into this mineral line. And would that have mattered anyway? I don't know. But the only way you get that many lings is if you cut drones. Exactamente. So that is what we're looking at. Whew, Hyuk. Just kind of going for it, man. I don't know that he needed to do that. He wasn't really in a desperate position, but wow, 16,000 resources, or total score to 11,000 there. 57 to 17 kill death ratio for the Protoss today. Not bad. That's a lot of deadlings, man. Structures raised 1-0. That was that gateway. And 68,000 resources, 6,800 resources spent for free. 4,400 resources spent there from Hyuk. You're getting outspent like this. Yes, you have a ton of army. Busting through is just so hard. It's so hard to do. I don't know. It almost feels like something you do. Something you do when you're desperate. But I don't think that Hyuk had to be desperate, if that makes any sense. But anyway, GG. Well done there. And our guy Free gets a 2-0 win today in this best of 3, which again was sponsored by RJB. So check him out at RJB TV on YouTube. You can find him. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been the Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a best of series. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
stabilized. Intaro Adun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be Stork versus Larva here on Neo Sylphid, top side. Gonna be our yellow Zerg player. It is Larva. And in the bottom right, gonna be Stork, maybe the best Protoss player in the world right now, and maybe of all time. Alright, man, so he is brown versus yellow here. We've got sharp in action watching, which means I can't do red versus blue. And we'll have to see how Larva handles Stork's pressure, and maybe how Stork handles Larva pressure. Or maybe both at the same time, if we are lucky. Terror the Overlord scouting out on this 3-player map the wrong way. That's right, scouting the wrong way, dude. It's cool. It's fine. Don't even worry about it, mate. On the other side, walling off. See what this does for you. Lets you wall off here if you need to, if it's a fast pool, but it also lets you wall off here if it's a hatch first. Really fancy pylon placements here from Stork. What do we expect from this guy with 630 APM? Dude, could you play faster? Probably, honestly. Anyway, cruising in and hatching. Just checking. Oh, hiding. Hiding from a probe block, potentially getting here early as a result. Hiding. There's nothing to hide from, mate. You don't know that, though, and that's okay. You know what? Many a Protoss player has come to block this hatch. You dodged that bullet quite well. Very, very excellent play indeed. So yeah, Terror the Overlord doesn't see anything over this way because, of course, he's not going to. And then, completely blind, Stork goes Nexus. Alright, man. Nexus first play here. He's like, you know, Larva likes going hatch first. He likes playing Macro Zerg. He likes just flooding me with, like, Lings and Ultras and Hydras and stuff. And then I'm just a very sad Protoss. So let's get one up on him. Let's go Nexus first into a Forge. Excellent stuff. I like it very much. It's not a Forge Fast Expand. It's a Nexus Forge Expand. And there's really, I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing that Larva can do to punish this and shut it down. Both players' APMs drop it into the 490s. Actually, Larva having a higher APM at the moment. 490, 470 compared to the 430 for Stork. Drone, I think, just wants to see if this Nexus gets canceled or something. Like, it was just kind of a crazy mind game, potentially, but I don't know. Gateway's getting tossed up. I think the drone, he's pulled 3 probes off the line, so that's pretty good for him. And then he escapes with his life, which is wonderful. Probe on the other side, scouting out, trying to see what's going on, and has perfect eyes on all things. Because, you know, not much you can do to take down a scouting probe until speed's done. Which is a long way off, because the extractor just finished building. So this is a tricky map for thirds, right? If you want to get a third base, to try to match the 2-base economy of your enemy's Stork, where do you go? Do you take it here? I guess. We're not dealing with the Terran, where they set up tanks down on this low ground and just blast your base. Over here, maybe, though. Not a bad idea for a quick third if you want to go for one of those. Or sneak it over here. There's a smaller ramp to defend, potentially. Not bad. What's he gonna do? Or, oh, third base is over here. Of course. Of course he does. I'm worried. I'm worried about Zealot pressure over there. Like, immensely worried about Zealots showing up over there. But you know what? He's right. He's like right to play the standard. He's right to go for the third base, being at the natural of somewhere where the enemy didn't spawn. You do this on Fighting Spirit. You do this on Circuit Breakers. This is probably about as far away from your natural base as it would be on, like, Fighting Spirit, too. So, reasonable stuff. Again, Lair coming in before the metabolic boost upgrade. And Overlord pokes his head in to see what's what, catches some cannon shots to the face. Catches a lot of cannon shots to the face, and the back of the head as well, and the butt. The Overlord butt takes some hits at the same time. Gateway? Yeah, Stargate, rather. I was thinking Stargate, my brain said Gateway, because I'm dumb. Zerglings do chase down and kill this probe without metabolic boost. Props to those dudes. Way to go. They did kill a probe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I caught that. I saw what was going on there. Lair finishes. Spire timing perfecto. Utterly perfect. And air weapons on the way, which indicates more Corsairs than just the, like, 3. More Corsairs than just the 2, possibly. Or the 3. It's usually 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 Corsairs, potentially. Anywho, Yeah, going for ground weapons and air weapons at the same time here is Larva. Really appreciating that stuff from him. And a Citadel of Adun is on the way next. So whether that's DTs or whether that is speed lots, we'll have to see what Larva's up to here again. Thanks for hanging out on the channel. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the cast so far. If you like what you're seeing from both of these players. High-level stuff, and a lot of the games that I cast have never been cast anywhere else. And if they've been cast, it's only been in Korean and not in English. So, I mean, if you want new Brood War content, this is the place to go. This is an RJB replay that he sent to me over Discord, or just over a large pack. He might have emailed me at some point, too. But yeah, check him out. Check out RJB StarCraft in the YouTube. I'll put a link to his channel in the description here as well. Check him out. So how's Larva doing? He's okay. Right? This Overlord might die, but there are Scourge being produced, and they don't take that long to build. It's like, not fast enough, Falcon. They don't build quickly enough for me. Fare thee well, cruel world. And the Corsair gets out of there, because it knows what it did, and it knows what's coming for it. Templar Archives coming in. Zerglings can't poke through here. Too many Zealots, cannon behind it. I love the 4th base, though. Again, Larva, one of the better macro Zerg players in the world. Just really scary good at macro. We've seen so many games from him where he's just like, I don't really need defilers. Late game here, I'm just going to make a million Zerglings and Hydras. And like I said earlier, some Ultralisks just kind of run in there and overwhelm you slowly. It's a very Zerg swarmy thing to do. Yeah, I mean, so far so good, I would say. I mean, the Zealot pressure's coming to the 3rd base, but Larva's way ahead of that. Getting 2 Sunkens in, got a Hydralisk Den, walling off, and then even just kind of hard walling here, too. Yeah, so these Zealots can't do anything, and I think they see that, and they're like, well, all right. Same story here at the Natural. Larva's just ready for this. You do not want. You don't want to do it. Yeah, 1 Zealot dies almost instantly. Just going to try to focus down individual drones. So they have to run, I guess. They just kind of mineral walk through the engagement, and yeah. So they're going to take down a creep colony, and that's it. All the Zealots are dead. Sure, a couple drones died, absolutely, without question, yes. But these 2 Sunken survive the whole darn thing. They get a million kills. This Corsair group, remember what I said about the Corsair count getting big? Yes, it got big. Corsairs, I don't know, man. Ooh, DT on the follow-up. Oh, I thought getting that creep colony wouldn't be a big deal. It is, because you need it for a spore. Instant spore. Oh my gosh. These DTs, they're going to get the drones and then start hacking away. Overlord. Provides detection for like 4 seconds. Lings bust on through into the natural base, though. Like I said, defending and offense at the same time. Spore finishes. Going after the going after the DTs. Both these Sunken survive somehow, some way. Lings inside the natural, kind of being dealt with by probes here a little bit. They don't have any upgrades. Oh, the probes stopped fighting because they didn't like the numbers. The target firing here by Larva is really good. It's so good. This is great. This is a fantastic display of both players doing it well. And it looks like the defense here is going to go good enough. Good enough. Natural base didn't die. Not too many probes went down. Still 33 probes to 30 drones. Is there a spore at the natural base? No. Oh, did Scourge take... I think Scourge got a Corsair. Oh, this is where... Okay, that was actually really good. That was a great Scourge connection. They ended up taking down, I think, 4 Corsairs there at least. And then another one. Oh, beautiful. Dude, Larva? Honestly, Larva, you were playing this very well. Stork did some damage to you at your 3rd base. Not going to say he didn't. A lot of drones have died. But the counterattack into the natural was amazing. The 3rd base is in trouble. I don't really feel great about this 3rd base that is entirely undefended. Okay, there is a DT here. He's brown. He's cloaked. He kind of completely blends in with his surroundings here, which I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, right? Scourge can hang out inside the natural base of Stork because there are no cannons left. Cannons are dead. They scout High Templar coming out because, of course, there's High Templar. Why wouldn't there be? This DT snuck into this 4th base. Got a couple kills, maybe. Maybe he's been here the whole time. Maybe he snuck down from the 3rd engagement into the 4th. Oh, look at this Overlord dying, though. Oh, wait, hang on. These are Scourge. It's cool. Yeah, remember what I was like? Dude, where is your detection? Can't bring it. The Overlords can't survive. There's Corsairs about. And by that I mean there's not that many Corsairs about, actually. How many Corsairs are there? We might have lost all of them. StorkFan's not happy about that. He invested a lot into building Corsairs and getting them upgrades. Oh, now look who can go Mutalisks. Now look who's going Mutas. Oh, picking off those high temp. We've seen this. We've seen this recently on the channel. Queen did this to Mini, I want to say. On Bloody Ridge, I believe the map was. He went Mutas. He picked off the High Templar. I think this was just last week. This was not too long ago. Or maybe 10 days ago or something. But, yeah, and he picked off the High Templar, and then everything the Zerg was trying to do was just thrown off at that point. So the Mutas are forced to reveal themselves as the Archon dies, and there's really no threat to the Mutas anymore, but the Zealots are a threat because they take so long to kill. There we go. Sunken Muta combination is not bad that way. 86 to 71 total supply in favor of a Larva. 3rd base is technically here. Do you feel good about it if you're a Protoss fan right now? No. Because there's Mutas out. And the TTs can't do jack all against Mutalisks. Oh, the splash damage against Mike. The splash against the DT? Wait. Can splash damage hit D? Do I not know that? Either way, the 3rd base is toast. Man, Stork. We've seen so many games where Protoss goes for Corsairs, and they're very effective, right? They're incredibly effective. And it looks like Scourge can't do anything about them, but today, Larva Scourge have done amazing things about them. Like, sick, incredible things about them. Muta's trying to pick off individual probes over this way. The Corsairs getting some decent hits off on that ball of Muta. Yeah, they're not particularly... more healthy than I was expecting, but I mean, this is 4 base to 2 base. Your basic math, like any kindergartner could be like, what number is bigger, 4 or 2? And they'd be like, yeah, definitely. It's definitely 4. I mean, kindergartners, maybe not right when they get into kindergarten. You know what I mean. I really can't believe it doesn't have Overlord speed yet. Like, just the ability to run or chase DTs. It's insanely important. He's just like, nah, slow Overlords, I'll get the job done. He's not even researching it. Insane. Absolutely insane. But Stork, he can't. He can't do it. He can't get this 3rd up. Muta's getting some really nice shots off on those Zealots. Even if they can't kill them, they could still do enough damage to weaken them. It's almost like plaguing them so that in future battles, they're not as good. Mutas... yeah, they gotta pull back. The Corsair count has been rebuilt very well. I mean, I thought we were just done with those, but nah, it was hiding them. I like it. Getting an Evolution Chamber, a Queen's Nest. If he can just kill this 3rd, it's GG. And whether or not he can is really just up to Corsair control. Because I generally feel like, oh man, if you just stand there and kind of take the kits, doesn't necessarily go great for you. Those cannons coming up at that 3rd base are so important. Oh, we're shuttling Archons in. Okay. Archons and Zealots getting shuttled into this 4th base. There's only a Sunken and a couple Lings here to defend. And the Mutas aren't going to be very hot about this, but guess who just made a bunch of Hydras? In preparation for this, it seems like. So yeah, yes, these Archons are dead. A lot of Hydras are also dead, but the Archons are dead. And then, you know, decent micro this way. Another Overlord dead. How much of that is due to the fact that the Overlords can't run? All they can do is walk. They can ponderously walk, which is so funny. Muta's trying to kill individual Corsairs while taking hits, though. Oh, no. The splits are good. Oh, but probably not good enough. Stork. Is he making a comeback here? Dude, it is tough to go from 2 base Protoss to a 4 basing Zerg. You know what? If you can use some good Corsair play and some decent drops to mess with your opponent a little bit and slow him down a tiny bit, maybe it'll work. The larger problem here is that once you've made these many Corsairs, the Zerg's like, okay, Mass Hydra it is then. How many High Templar do you have? Well, you've been making Archons with your High Templar, so not that many. Hey, the Overlord speed is done. Hooray, didn't save that guy. usually, but it makes them feel better if they can retreat. Wow, just kind of right in here, huh? Ooh, High Templar. High Templar are here. The storms are going to have to be godlike, and they are Stork storms, mind you, and speed lots. Okay, good storm, fine. Fine, good storm, but 5th base coming in from Larva, and a 6th base from Larva, too. Going after the places I suggested he should get his 3rd bases. Instead, they are his 5th and his 6th. Because, obviously, just had a brain fart there. Man, it was the first day of school for my kids, and it was just a lot. It was a lot. I had to get back on the routine for homework and, like, early bedtimes, and yeah, the summer schedule is a little different from the school schedule, as we all know. Adrenal glands on the way. My favorite upgrade in the game, quite possibly, and just how much it changes the game. Getting Adrenal, okay, in ZVZ it usually doesn't matter, because you're never getting to Hive Tech anyway. And if you are getting to Hive Tech, the enemy has Lurkers, and your Adrenal Lings are just not gonna do anything to Lurkers. Maybe. Maybe if you get a full surround on them and there aren't that many Lurkers, or whatever. But it's 159 to 114 supply. Stork's in trouble. He's got 3 bases. He's happy-ish about it. He really wishes he had a 4th, and he's thinking about taking a 4th. He doesn't have the money for that, though. And I think Larva might be checking this. He's heading that way now. So, yeah, I don't think Stork's going to be allowed to have a 4th base. Not in that spot, anyway. Yeah, this probe is just... this probe never did no harm to anyone. Actually, he might have killed some Lings, so maybe this is fair revenge. Lurker is out. Maelstrom on the way from Stork. Love us a good Maelstrom. Oh, look at this boy. Look at this guy. This Dark Archon here. Having a good time. All right, coming in from 3 different angles. Here comes a Larva. Left side, top side gets shoved away. Left side, the storms are coming to try to get them away. Decent storms. Another really decent storm. Bruising up those Lurkers so that the cannons can finish them off. I love that. I like it a lot. Dark Archon's like, I don't have my Maelstrom spell yet. Can't really participate in this battle all that much, but that's your GG. Stork taps out. And our guy Larva does come out on top in 17.5 minutes. Yeah, for him to even continue the game when it was 2 base to 4 base was dead impressive. Like, any Stork fan's going to be really happy about that, but also very sad because he's in a position where Larva was able to get up to 5 and 6 bases. And then everyone's really sad. So, it was just a lot of Hydras, man. And that's it. If you make a bunch of Corsairs and you lose them, and then you build a bunch more Corsairs, how many High Templar can you have? Not as many as you want. And then Mass Hydra is way more viable. Or Reavers, maybe. Make some Reavers in the mix. I have somebody who's been commenting on every ZVP recently saying, why don't they make Reavers? It's a fair point. I don't know. Shuttle likes to, obviously. Not every other Protoss likes to go with them. They get the High Templar. Try to make the Corsair map control thing work where DTs can run free. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you're in trouble. And that's what we're seeing here from Stork. Dark Archon's hiding up here. I see you, though. I can see you through the fog of war, my friend. Yeah, that Ling attack into the natural was really tough for Stork to deal with. And I think Lara just did a better job defending up here against the DT Corsair stuff, and especially against this Archon Zealot stuff. Just a bunch of Hydras came in at the right time. He saw it coming. He dealt with it very well. Didn't lose that many drones. He's got 57 workers at the stage of the game. And then just Larva expanding, doing his thing. Once again, no defilers on site. Lurker, Hydra, Ling, Muta, Scourge. Those are the units produced today. The end. These Lurkers have 0 kills, too. They aren't really that particular. I mean, Stork handling of like 6 Lurkers showing up at his front door was, it was magnifique. It was very well done. He storms them. They're all very low on HP, and then the cannon's just like, Lurker dead, Lurker dead, Lurker dead, Lurker dead. Just wipes them out, but then he doesn't have enough for all the Hydras. The Lurkers are not part of it. Maybe they ate some storms that would have otherwise gone onto these Hydras and maybe kind of changed the engagement, but 2020, nobody has 2020 vision, only in the hindsight, right? 116,000 points there from Larva, 93,000 from Stork. Did he get outproduced 4-1 today? Stork did. Outkilled the Zerg player 2-1, but as you can tell, the math, what's bigger, 4 or 2? And outspent, yeah, 36,000 and 29,000. So pretty solid 7,000 resources spent discrepancy there. And that explains a lot. That's pretty much everything. These two tabs, units and resources. StarCraft can be a simple game sometimes. And I don't mean that to like, I don't want to sound arrogant by saying that, but seriously, if you just have more bases than your opponent and mine more resources than they do and have a better kill-death ratio than they do, then you just win. Do you have to do a million things to make that come to pass? Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, when you put it that way, it's pretty simple. So good and excellent. So well done. That's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.